Hello and welcome back to the show, and today I'm going to be going over AEW All In 2024. This was the second All In event hosted by AEW and the third overall All In following the initial one from 2018. Let's get straight into this. Now, normally I skip over 0 Hour because I feel that if it's not important enough to be on the main show, then it's not important enough to go over. But that being said, there are two things that I want to address from 0 Hour. The first one being Jamie Hayter, who's been out of action for over a year, makes her return in her home country and it's on 0 Hour. Why was this not on the main show? Matter of fact, why wasn't this on the episode of Dynamite from Wales? Why was this on 0 Hour in front of a half-empty stadium when the crowd was still filing in? I just don't get it. Second thing I want to mention, the entrances for the opening match. The ladders match for the Trios Championships. The entrances of all four teams took place on 0 Hour. Why? Why couldn't we have the guys make their entrances on the main show? Why did they make their entrances on 0 Hour? Just doesn't make sense to me. Well, that's it for 0 Hour. I do want to address the audience attendance. So last year's attendance at All In was anywhere from 72 to 81,000 people, depending on who you ask. The attendance this year was around the 50,000 mark. I expected the attendance to drop. I mean, the law of diminishing returns, holding the same event in the same arena, in the same city at around the same time. Obviously, the attendance was not going to be the same, so the attendance drop was expected, so that to me wasn't a very big deal. Anyways, now that that's been said, let's get on with the main show. Show started off with a ladder match for the Trios Championships, the Patriarchy defending against Blackpool Combat Club, House of Black, and Bullet Club Gold. This was a very fun match in my opinion, some incredible high spots during this match. You had a spot where Killswitch was going wild with chokeslam after chokeslam after chokeslam. Also one of the funniest moments of the night, Christian Cage ran away, came back, was foiled, and then beat up by everyone who wasn't a part of his team. That was a really fun moment in my opinion. This match was very fun, very entertaining, perfect choice to open the show, definitely got the crowd hyped. My only criticism for this match were the actual ladders. I don't know what happened or who was in charge of acquiring ladders, but the ladders in this match were comically small. It looked ridiculous. And the epitome of that was, you had a moment where you had 3 ladders set up in the ring and 6 guys climbing. It just looked ridiculous. I couldn't help but laugh at that moment. I don't know why they got such comically small ladders, but didn't take away that much from the match. At the end of the match, Pac climbed the ladder. He brought down one of the trio's belts, so now Pac, Claudio Castagnoli, and Wheeler Yuta are the new AEW Trios champions. This was a great moment, Pac getting his moment at Wembley Stadium in the UK, his home country. Post-match, Pac shakes hands with the House of Black. Christian Cage is berating Killswitch, which led to a moment in the Casino Gauntlet match. But I thought this was a very fun match, and this was the perfect choice to open the show in my opinion. I really enjoyed this match. Up next, Women's World Championship. Toni Storm defending against Mariah May. Mariah May won the Women's Owen Hart Foundation tournament. To gain this opportunity, she turned on Toni Storm immediately after winning the tournament. I personally thought that the turn was a little rushed. They definitely could have waited 1 week between winning the tournament and the turn. The build to this match was really well done in my opinion, and this match was very good. I really enjoyed this match. The story, Toni Storm's entrance with the grayscale and it being 1924 instead of 2024, thought that was really well done. I thought there was some really excellent storytelling in this match. This was a very good match, nice back and forth. There was a moment where Toni Storm delivered Storm Zero on the steel steps, and that was sick. That was brutal. Matter of fact, I legit thought that should have been the end of the match. How do you hit a move like that on the steel steps and have the opponent kick out at 2? But in any case, the match continued and this was very fun. At the end of this match though, Mariah May wins. She beats Toni Storm after hitting a Storm Zero. Mariah May is the new AEW Women's World Champion. This was the inevitable outcome in my opinion, and I feel that Toni Storm, she's done a great job with both her character and as the AEW Women's World Champion. She's done tremendous work, and the story and everything leading to this match was very well done. Mariah May winning was the right call, and I'm looking forward to see where Toni Storm goes from here moving forward. Mariah May is a great wrestler, and we'll see how she's booked as the AEW Women's World Champion and how she lives up to what Toni Storm did with that championship. But I thought this was a very good match. Up next, the match that I cared about least going into All In, Chris Jericho versus Hook, last chance match for the FTW Championship. If Hook lost this match, he could no longer challenge for the championship as long as Chris Jericho was the champion. One thing I want to mention, Big Bill was over in the UK on Collision and All In. The man was over. The reactions he got were unbelievable. I did not care about this match. This whole learning tree gimmick, I was willing to give it a chance when it first started, but it has far overstayed its welcome, and Jericho and Hook being intertwined for the last 5 months. This feud has dragged on way too long, and I feel that it's devalued both Hook and Jericho. I could not bring myself to care about anything these guys did in this match, so I'm just gonna flash forward to the ending. Hook wins, he regains the FTW Championship. Post-match, Hook and Taz lock double Taz missions on Jericho and Brian Keith, if I'm remembering correctly, and that was it. I hope that this feud is over. I hope that Chris Jericho and Hook do not have another match for at least the next calendar year moving forward. I hope that everyone involved moves on to other things. Triple threat match for the AEW Tag Team Championships. The Young Bucks defending against FTR and the Acclaimed. I haven't been a fan of the way the tag team division was booked in AEW in the last couple of months. When the Young Bucks won the tag team championships at Dynasty, and as if we were going into Double or Nothing, my thought process is that we were gonna get the Young Bucks versus Adam Copeland and Christian Cage going into All In. Looking how this match, this triple threat match took place, it is painfully obvious that that was the direction Tony Khan was hoping to go. But Adam Copeland's injury derailed those plans, and we ended up getting this triple threat match instead. FTR and the Acclaimed have been going back and forth. How FTR lost at Double or Nothing, but the Acclaimed won at Blood and Guts. The 30-minute time limit draw on Collision, the Acclaimed have cut some great promos against FTR. And in the midst of all of this, you had the Young Bucks, who've only had one tag team championship defense since winning the championships at Dynasty, not including this one. The Acclaimed and the Young Bucks had a championship match on Dynamite where the Young Bucks retained via disqualification thanks to interference from FTR. So this match, in my opinion, felt a little bit thrown together. That being said, I thought this was a fine match. All 6 of these guys are really good wrestlers, and this match was fun. There was some nice back and forth spots, as well as the use of the triple threat stipulation where only 2 participants could be in the ring, and the third team, both members had to be on the outside. I liked how they used that element of a triple threat tag team match to create some tension. At the end though, the Young Bucks retain the tag team championships, which I thought was gonna happen. There's no reason to put the belts on FTR or the Acclaimed right now. I feel that the Young Bucks and the Elite should be kept to look strong because this whole AEW Civil War thing is still ongoing. At least I think it's still ongoing. So you gotta have the Elite looking strong, and them holding the tag team championships is a way to do that. This match itself was fine. Casino Gauntlet match for a shot at the AEW World Championship at any time, any place. The participants of this match were as follows: Orange Cassidy, Kazuchika Okada, Nigel McGuinness, Kyle O'Reilly, Zack Sabre Jr., Roderick Strong, Mark Briscoe, Hangman Adam Page, Jeff Jarrett, Ricochet, Christian Cage, and Killswitch. I really enjoyed this match. Matter of fact, up until this moment, this point in the card, this to me was match of the night so far. I love this match. I love the Casino Gauntlet formula where the match can end and not all participants necessarily need to be, well, in the match for the match to end. I really like that format, creates an added element of tension, and there were some great moments in this match. Right at the beginning when it was Okada and Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy went for a hug because both guys were members of Chaos, and they went in for the hug, and Okada, his facial reaction where he goes from this it's so good to be reunited to just this straight face, that was a great moment. Okada is great, truly incredible. Nigel McGuinness, his return, that got a great pop from the London crowd, and when Zack Sabre Jr. entered the ring and they had a stare down, that was a really cool moment. Hangman Adam Page, I've been loving his character work ever since he's returned, how he's just been dead set on Swerve and any opportunity he could get to face him. I have been a fan of everything Hangman has done since being back. Jeff Jarrett, small story there with Hangman Adam Page, which came into effect during this match. Ricochet making his AEW debut. This was inevitable. Ricochet was written off of TV after being power slammed through a windshield by Braun Breaker. I think a lot of people felt that that was the end of Ricochet in WWE. He was underutilized and everyone felt that he would be better off in AEW where his style would thrive. He had a couple of cool spots in this match and I'm looking forward to seeing how he's booked and that match with Will Ospreay that is going to happen and I cannot wait for it to happen. Christian Cage and Luchasaurus being in this match after losing the Trios Championships earlier in the night. I actually really enjoyed this. Killswitch in particular, he came out and he grabbed Christian and everyone thought that this is where we're gonna get the term. Killswitch is done, Luchasaurus is back. But he chokeslams Kyle O'Reilly. Christian Cage wins the Casino Gauntlet match and a shot at the AEW World Championship. At first, I didn't know where they were going with this. I thought this would have been the perfect time to have Killswitch being Luchasaurus, turn face, get a great pop from the London crowd. I thought this would have been the perfect time to do it. But then I thought, what if Christian cashes in his contract and Luchasaurus costs him the World Championship? He cashes in, but then Luchasaurus hits a choke slam and then he loses the World Championship opportunity that Luchasaurus gave him. That's one direction I feel that they could take this in, but we'll see how it's booked moving forward. But I really enjoyed this match. I really enjoyed this. There were some great spots. Ricochet's debut was a great moment, and I really enjoyed the Casino Gauntlet match. I really liked this match. My most anticipated match of the night, Will Ospreay versus MJF for the AEW American Championship. MJF faced off against Will Ospreay at AEW Dynamite's 250th episode. The match went 59 minutes and 58 seconds, where MJF defeated Will Ospreay with the Dynamite Diamond Ring to win the AEW International Championship. The following week, which if I'm not mistaken was Blood and Guts, that he brought in the AEW American Championship. He went on this American hero patriot type gimmick. Will Ospreay and MJF have had a great story leading in to this match. The reason why this was my most anticipated match of the night was because this had the best story going into All In. That's why it was my most anticipated match of the night. And I thought their back and forth in Wales was incredible. I absolutely loved it. This was built perfectly. And I know a lot of people, for whatever reason, took issue with them going nearly an hour on an episode of Dynamite. Can we just enjoy professional wrestling? Let's just enjoy good pro wrestling. Can we just cut the, oh, I'm WWE, I'm AEW? Can we just all just enjoy good professional wrestling, please? Will Ospreay's entrance was awesome. Came out, Assassin's Creed themed entrance, some parkour performers. Will Ospreay's entrance was excellent, and his theme music, him coming down, the crowd singing along, and 50,000 people at Wembley Stadium chanting Ospreay, Ospreay, perfect. MJF came out, American hero getup came out in the American flag. This match was very, very, very good. This was great. We all know how great Will Ospreay is. We all know how great MJF is. Their first match was great. This match was also great. There were some excellent spots in this match. Both men are great professional wrestlers. Both men are the future of AEW and the future of this industry, and they work really well together, and this was an excellent match in my opinion. Flashing forward to the end, Will Ospreay hits a hidden blade, but he hits a cameraman instead, and MJF takes advantage. Daniel Garcia comes out and he hits MJF. He makes his return after being out of action for about a month or so, and then Will Ospreay, he hits the Tiger Driver on MJF. 1, 2, 3. He regains the American Championship, and then, as the referee is about to hand him the championship, he doesn't want it. Christopher Daniels comes out, and he gives Will Ospreay the AEW International Championship, and Justin Roberts announces him as the new International Champion. I loved this match. I thought this was excellent. This was really good in ring. Daniel Garcia's return was done really well. I liked how they built up the tension, the build up to him hitting the Tiger Driver on MJF. Everything about this match was brilliant. This was an excellent match. Mercedes Moné versus Britt Baker for the TBS Championship. The most intriguing element of the build to this match was the backstage drama involving Britt Baker leading into this match. Tony Khan, TK, Bossman, you gotta get better control of your locker room, bro. I don't know what it was, but I was not a fan of this match. Like, this match to me felt really dull, which Britt Baker has produced some great matches in her time in AEW. Mercedes Moné is a great wrestler. I don't know what happened here, but I just could not bring myself to care about this match. This to me was the second weakest match on the main card after Jericho Hook. That's basically it. I really couldn't bring myself to care about this match. Mercedes Moné retains the TBS Championship. I mean, I wasn't expecting her to lose the belt here at All In. We'll see where this goes, but I can't say I'm overly excited. And I hope they steer the ship in the right direction with Mercedes and Britt Baker moving forward. Coffin match for the TNT Championship. Jack Perry defending against Darby Allin. Darby Allin received this opportunity at Blood and Guts. Jack Perry was handcuffed to the steel cage. Mark Briscoe hit him with a devastating chair shot, and then Darby Allin threatened to set him on fire if the Elite didn't quit and if Darby didn't receive a championship match at All In. Jack Perry has a new TNT Championship custom made. He actually posted the video of how he made this thing on Instagram. It's fully black with some red paint splatter, which I'm assuming is meant to symbolize blood. This match was fine. I actually thought this would be a lot better than it ended up being. These two had a match a few years ago when Darby Allin was the TNT champion, and that match, in my opinion, was a lot better than this match. I was expecting a lot more from this match. This match was still fine, but semi-main event of AEW All In, didn't really feel it. This was a lot more one-sided than I thought it would be. Jack Perry delivered the majority of the offense in this match. There was a moment where he threw Darby Allin off the stage through a table, and of course, being that this was Wembley Stadium, we had a spot where Jack Perry brought out a bag of glass and the crowd went nuts for it. Also, there were a couple of CM Punk dueling CM Punk chants during All In. Jack Perry retains the TNT Championship. He manages to throw Darby Allin into the casket, seals it shut. Post-match, the Young Bucks come out and they try to set the coffin on fire. This is where Sting makes his appearance, which shocked me. But then Tony Schiavone on commentary stated that Sting's in-ring career was over. I'm assuming that is meant to imply that he could still make surprise appearances post-retirement. Sting's retirement was great, and I don't think this devalued it in any way. However, seeing Sting back on TV not even 6 months after he retired, I feel like it could have been saved for another occasion, but here we are. Still, it was a great moment. Sting, he chases off the Young Bucks and Jack Perry, and him and Darby Allin walk out of Wembley. The match itself, I thought it was disappointing mostly, and I was expecting a lot more from this match. Main event. Title versus career for the AEW World Championship. Swerve Strickland versus Bryan Danielson. Bryan Danielson won this opportunity by winning the Owen Hart Foundation tournament. He defeated Hangman Adam Page in the tournament finals. Swerve Strickland has been AEW World Champion coming out of AEW Dynasty all the way back in April. This was great. This was excellent. This was phenomenal. This was one of the best matches of the entire year for WWE and AEW. First of all, the entrances. I was at Forbidden Door when Bryan Danielson made his entrance to Final Countdown in his match against Kazuchika Okada, and I thought the crowd at Scotiabank Arena chanting "It's the Final Countdown" was loud. 50,000 people at Wembley Stadium chanting "It's the Final Countdown" was much louder. Bryan Danielson, great entrance. Swerve Strickland came out. He had two rappers accompany him to the ring in addition to Prince Nana. That was great. Live music performance. Swerve Strickland has felt like a main eventer for pretty much this entire year, even dating back to the Continental Classic and when this feud with Hangman Adam Page began. Swerve has transformed himself into a main eventer. This was great. Being that the story of this match was Bryan Danielson's career, obviously Swerve Strickland had to play the heel in this match, and he played a great heel in this match. There were some great moments throughout this match. There was a moment where Swerve, he hit a move on the ring bell, which looked sick. There was also this other moment where Danielson was busted open and he was reaching out to his wife and kids, and Swerve just blasted him from behind, which was a great storytelling moment. There was a lot of great storytelling in this match, a lot of great spots. There was a moment where Bryan hit the Busaiku knee and Swerve completely no-sold it. Swerve actually had the majority of the offense during this match. Towards the end though, Bryan Danielson locks in a submission, then he twists Swerve's fingers in a similar vein to Pete Dunne or Zack Sabre Jr., and then he tightens the submission hold, and Swerve Strickland taps out. Bryan Danielson wins the AEW World Championship, and Justin Roberts, much like he did at WrestleMania 30, announces him as the new AEW World Champion. Confetti is falling, the crowd at Wembley Stadium is going wild, his wife and kids come to the ring, Blackpool Combat Club, Claudio Wheeler and Pac come down to the ring to celebrate. This was a great moment. This was one of the best wrestling moments of the entire year. Bryan Danielson winning, he's going to continue being an active wrestler. This was excellent. The match was great. Bryan winning was great. Everything about this was great. Swerve Strickland has done incredible work as the AEW World Champion. He's had great matches, great promos, and great feuds. Following this, he's going up against Hangman Adam Page. Now, Hangman did come out during this match, but he was immediately thwarted by like 10 security guards, and he was escorted out of the arena. He didn't get involved in the match, but he caused a distraction. Bryan Danielson more than likely is going to end up facing Jack Perry at All Out, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but I'll see what they have brewing, because looking at it, we're getting Jack Perry at All Out. Darby Allin has a World Championship match booked for Grand Slam by way of winning the Royal Rampage, and Christian Cage has that contract for an open AEW World Championship match, and Swerve is gonna want that world title back, and wherever Swerve goes, Hangman goes. So the world title situation in AEW right now is very interesting. So I'm looking forward to see where that goes. This was an excellent match between Swerve and Bryan, and overall, All In my opinion, was an excellent show. I enjoyed a lot of the show, and I thought this was a great night for professional wrestling. I really enjoyed All In, looking forward to All Out, and I'm looking forward to see where AEW goes moving forward. Anyways, that is all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. You can follow me on Instagram at Said_2000, and I'll catch you on the next one. Till then, take care.